Welcome back to another glorious day. We are back in the shop today. Apologies if we've been in the shop a lot lately. I'm trying to get this car done, so let's just go have a look. R32 is going pretty well. Just still doing a couple of things on it, but you can see that the shop is pretty packed at the moment, so I have to work after hours or around the guys and kind of keep out of the way while they're actually doing the day work. Still have to do the rear muffler for the Nismo, just sitting over in the corner just here. Not too much involved with that one. I've decided I won't run the Nismo mid-pipe with the cap back on it, just because I don't want to modify it if I don't need to, and I really don't want to modify that either. So if one day I decide to put it on a 33, I can just pull it straight off this and put it straight on my 33 or another 33, because it's kind of heritage and I don't want to be hacking up a Nismo. This is the most, I'm going to say, half-assed car I've ever owned or ever modified. Like, this is not my ideal situation of how I'd modify a car or how I'd go about doing a car. Everything on this car is just to get it by until the transplant, when things will get done properly. So yeah, my real pretty car that I'm quite pedantic with is the black 180SX that you guys will see sooner or later on the channel. That thing will be some serious stuff. This is just fun. A lot of fun. Fingers crossed, I really want to drive this tonight. I just want to drive the car, so I'm trying to get as much of it done as I can. And not getting my English correct, apparently. Alright, cool, let's get back. Gearbox in, tail shaft in, starter motor almost done up. Cuss, asshole. Reese, Benjamin. And yeah, gay. Burn to the ground. Tomorrow I still have to do my exhaust. It's just slightly modifying the flange here because it's currently angled the wrong way. Make an exhaust mount because we cut it off to get the gearbox in. Don't mind Benjamin panel beating the living crap out of his car over there. Moment of truth, haven't started the car yet since we pulled it all apart, so we're gonna find out. And I also need to bleed the system, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if the gearbox makes noises. We'll check that one. My 20 has a habit of blowing my dipstick out. Yeah, no, we're good. That's plenty. Once I know it's gonna run and drive, then I'll worry about cable tying my dipstick in. The car at the moment is just patched together. And it's very lucky that it's got a second life. So all this will get fixed up 100% properly when it has a decent running gear in it that I can trust to stay reliable. Stay. Oh my god. Stay. You guys don't know half the story of this car. I couldn't even begin to explain. It's just notorious. It's just the 32. Whoa, does the gearbox work? Please don't crunch in second. Alright, we're off the ground, by the way, so we should be able to test that out. And I'm going to keep an eye on the coolant here to make sure it doesn't get too low and we don't get some air in the system and we get all the bubbles out. Whew, let's double check it's on. Yep, sweet, power's on. Didn't hear any popping, no fuses blown. Beep. Pew, pew, pew. Whew, alright. 3, 2, 1. Go! Means I have to get out. Can you throw a jump on it, please? Thank you. So I have a manual fuel switch here. A lot of the time the guys, when they're moving in and out of the shop, leave it on and it kills my battery. And then we've hooked up a manual switch here for the high beams, which we also had to do because all the wiring is completely packed up. Yes. Work it like a little Japanese schoolgirl. He said he's being a crappy TikToker. Hey, look at all the bubbles coming out. Gearbox, second, oh god, third, fourth, fifth. Feels very very notchy. Second especially. I'm gonna see if this box works.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Second. No accelerator and then rolling too fast.
Second.
Third.
Third.
Nothing to drive around, huh?
Second feels very notchy. It's not grindy, but just very hard to get it in and out at the moment, so I think it just needs a very good drive. Can't hear any weird noises. Both my tail lights are working. Yay! Every now and then I have to punch one of them. It's just a Skyline thing. Can't hear any funky noises. So far, so good. Still got a bit of smoke, but we get that. I don't have a rear muffler on at the moment. Is anything leaking? I think we're good. Nothing is currently leaking. Ooh, I hope we're good. Please be good. Please don't leak on me. All my other cars, fine. Absolutely fine. This one, this just is like the bane of my existence, but I love it, but I hate it, but I love it, and I can't leave it alone. So I just gotta deal with it. Sounding pretty nice though, I'll give it that. 20s do sound nice. I always do like the sound of them. It's just the whole lack of torque thing that really gets to me. Fun car though. Very fun car. If you guys are just coming across my channel, I apologize. I am not a downer and I am not bagging my car out at all. You'll have to go through the channel to find out the full story behind it. But for the guys that have been here a while and do know the story behind this car and all the history with it and what it looked like 2 months before this, I'm sure you guys can understand all the stress that this thing has caused. It's been fun though. We're almost there. We're so close. Just the muffler and an intercooler pipe, and then we are done. And then we are going out there and beyond into the mountains and I don't know, bubble tea or something. I need bubble tea. Let's do all that. Where should I go first? I want you guys to leave it in the comments for me. Where is the first place you would take this car? Let me know. It is out of the shop. Now I've taken it for a quick test drive up and down the car park just here, but it's the middle of the day, trading hours, so can't do too much at the moment, and the front bar is still off and the intercooler piping is currently getting made. But it's out, it drives, the box feels, it feels good in terms of there's no crunches or anything, but it's been sitting a long time, so I think it just needs a bit of a heat cycle to run through it and get the oil all through everything and re-lubricate everything up again. Just take out any of that notchiness, and it needs a damn good wash. At the moment, I'm creating a number plate bracket so I can put my front number plate on my bar. So come check it out. We got lots of music in the shop again, apologies. So yes, if I can talk over it, I'll try. If not, enjoy the car candy. I'm special. I originally drilled these holes because they come undrilled, but I drilled them wonky, unfortunately, so this one is slightly lower than this one. It's going to just mock my OCD the entire time it's on the car. But this is all lined up, so I just gave it a quick sand and made it a little rough so it was not looking like this kind of texture. A few minutes later, so just gone some wrinkle black on that little number plate bracket you saw me making. And you've got to leave it out in the sun for an hour or two to set. When you first paint it, it is clear, pretty much like a gloss black. and then as it dries it starts getting this wrinkle effect going on, which makes it look kind of OEM and kind of like a piece of plastic that you'd find on a 32, so that's cool. That works out nice. Alright, it is time for the fun part. Our little bracket is dried. It looks really cool. Got the nice pretty little wrinkle finish to it. Looks like an elephant. And we've got the number plates, some bolts. Well, in about a minute we're probably going to be interrupted by a 4-door 34. Let's drill into this front bar. Sweet! I'll get out the 32 GDR seats out of the 180SX that I have at home and we'll throw it in the 32 Skyline. We'll clean it up a bit more and see how it goes. And yeah, I think it's gonna look really cool. It's not done yet, like it's been a bit and a lot of things have been happening with it, but it's not complete. And until it is, I can't just sit back and go, oh, that was cool, or, you know, oh, it looks nice. Nah, I gotta finish it off first. The tint that we got done last night is currently curing, setting, whatever you call it. So I cannot wind my windows down at all for 48 hours, but it's looking really, really good. And the last kind of thing I really wanted to do to the car that is kind of getting it to that 80% complete mark is get the 32 GDR seats into it. Let's show you quickly what we're working with. We have the haggard, I don't even know what the previous owner burnt into the seats kind of thing. The OEM 32 seats, not in overly bad condition. Usually you see these bolsters here, that's just solid steel, so every time I get in I forget about it and I hit my elbow on it. Or a lot of the time these are just ripped open. So they're not overly bad seats, they can still be probably used for something, but they're pretty, they just don't look nice. So, and they don't hold me, they don't save my life at all. So the bolster supports on this are adjustable. However, for some reason I just cannot stay in these seats when I'm driving like a lunatic at the track, and I have to work really hard to hang on to the steering wheel most of the time just to stay in my seats. So the GDR seats aren't amazing for staying in my seat either, but they're definitely an improvement. Cool little fun tidbit is 32 GDR seats fit S chassis, S13s and 180s very well, except for one bolt hole. They're all lines up except for the one, and all you have to do is create a tab or weld an extra hole, as you can see on the back of these seats here. So that is all this guy's done. He's just welded an extra tab on it. When I bought the seats off a guy that had them in his 180 at the time too, so the work was already done, which was great, and they fit flawlessly. So if you guys are ever thinking of putting 32 GDR seats in your S chassis, do it. Just put the tab on the bottom. I'm going to do that really quickly actually. I'm going to attach seatbelts. All I'm working with at the moment is my trusty 14. My tools are everywhere. Old seat. So these things actually have quite a little bunch of washers on them. So when you pull them out, you got to be careful that they don't just all fall apart. Some of them have locking mechs on them and they won't come apart, but others, all this stuff is what makes your buckle be able to spin while you've fully tightened it up. So quite important, especially if you're swapping seats, to try not to lose any of your washers. I was just like, why have I got a weird hole on the side of my seat? Oh yeah, I need that thing called safety. GDRs have holes, they're so much easier to grab. Really scary. I've just painted the car and I'm like, don't scratch my face. This is commonly referred to as car yoga.
Old seats.
So despite the yoga, what I'm actually doing is stay. It's really windy today. What I'm doing is 3 of the 4 bolts are bolts that go into the chassis, and the one that comes off the side off the tunnel is a bolt that comes out of the chassis and you put a nut on it. So I just had to line that up, which I think I did. Make sure the floor mat doesn't get caught on it.
I think the biggest difference at the moment is seeing like the GTR seats versus the factories.
Yeah.
And so you've got like that really cool like cupped shoulder piece, and then you've just got the standard, just the standard seat in comparison.
Yeah. No, they're great seats. There we go. Have to line it up. Definitely comfy. There's a reason these are so popular. Okay, so we've got both the GDR seats in. I'm just doing up the passenger GDR seat now. Just want to show you guys quickly. So, like I said, 32 GDR seats go in S chassis as well. This is all you really need. Just a little tab on the back there, and then you can throw them back into 32, exactly as shown. So yeah, you can use them in S and R chassis, which is great. Because yeah, I wouldn't recommend using an ugga-dugga because you may strip the threads in the chassis, and that really sucks.
But then your seats are permanent.
No.
Ejecto-cedo cars.
Pretty much. Yeah, comfy they are. Oh, they are so comfy. I love these. Oh, I'm getting used to where all my things are again now. Whoa! Now I feel like I'm kind of in a GTR. It's close enough. Just makes more noise. Look how freaking cool it looks! That looks amazing! Now we have to go suffer for a drive with all the windows up. We can't put the windows up. Down. So that is the install of the 32 GDR seats in the 32 GDST out of the 180SX, which is the most backwards way around you could ever put seats in a car, but sure. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Have fun!